So, after recently finishing Elden Ring, my first ever Souls or Soulsborne, I don't know what should I call it. There is a whole lot of debate around it. I may just call it Souls game. I was still loathing for some more that Souls juice.
Nice.
And there is still some time for the DLC to come out, So I took a look at From Software catalog, the Hood classics. And one struck my mind the most, the Sekiro Shadow Dies Twice. I think the twice part because you can't resurrect yourself. Yeah, clever guess. So, why did I pick this game? Probably because it is set in Japan, and me being a huge anime lover and a nerd. I don't know why I'm proud of it, but yeah. And look at this fucking guy who doesn't want to be fucking cool shinobi like him. So I was sold out and ready to jump in the game, thinking about all the waifus I'm gonna meet. Hey, waifus? Waifus? Wait, what the fuck is going on here? Spoiler alerts, there weren't any waifus to say. Unless you count this one.
So cute.
Bye, bitch!
Jokes aside, the game started pretty good. It had a tutorial. Surprising, yep. And I think the tutorial was pretty good. I mean, you can learn a few things there. And once I was past the first area, I was ready to game. Wait a second, guys. I think someone's on the door. Hey, what's up, Timmy? How are you? I was talking about Sekiro. I mean, after 5 years, how it finally clicked me. And I think I can beat that game right now. Come on, Timmy, don't lie, bro. I didn't get my ass whooped down by the first mini-boss itself. You're lying, bro. You're clearly fucking lying right now. Okay, that's it. You know what, you ungrateful fuck? Back to the basement. No food for you until I finish the fucking Sekiro. Why are you saying you gonna die hungry? Sorry guys, stupid Timmy just interrupting me always. Please ignore him. And for real, I didn't have any issues with the game. It was alright, it was easy. Fuck. Who am I kidding? The game was mad shit hard. And my older self would have just hit the fuck it button and quit the game then and there. And go back to playing Valorant. But, I just beat Elden Ring. And I have picked up some tricks along the way to tackle the Soulsborne demon, which I was always afraid of. I don't know why. And the trick is very easy. You just need to be patient with the game. Not this fucking patient. I mean the patient. I mean the calm patient. And I know this is not the thing you guys might be expecting. But it's a fucking game. What I was supposed to do? Fill out some fucking rocket science? And believe me, this helped me to beat the Elden Ring. And also you can use busted magic builds in Elden Ring to beat it. But that's whole another story. Now, how do we apply this trick in Sekiro? I'll try to explain it to my extent in this video. And please don't flame me, I'm a Souls noob, trying to enjoy this game for first time and trying to help my fellow noob Souls players out there by providing some insights into my playthrough. Now, the combat of Sekiro is very easy to understand, but it's very hard to master. Since there are no broken magic builds, the only thing you have in this game is your rusty old katana, which was provided by your Lord Kuro, and he's a child. I don't know why I serve this guy. I think he's just like that brat Timmy. And later you get to use prosthetic tools. Prosthetic tools, which have many different options with different applications and shit ton of items which you could use here and there. And you also have combat arts and ninjutsu. I've seen players beat this game using only ninjutsu or prosthetic tools, or without using katana. I don't know how is that possible. But remember, I am talking here in perspective of Souls noob. So the parrying is ever more important in this game. Sure, you can dodge attack, but parrying where you get that juicy posture break and that clank sound. Oh my god, it's fucking awesome. So the posture bar or the stagger bar, whatever you want to call it, once you break it, you can land a death blow on the enemies, which will take out a whole health bar out of enemies. So you don't have to only rely on the vitality damage, which is basically taking out bosses HP. And you have to parry in the time frame where the enemy attack lands, and the window is very generous. And contrary to Souls games where you dodge roll attacks and there is not feedback regarding whether your dodge was successful or was it a fail. If you take damage, you missed it, else congrats, that was successful roll. But here there is very good feedback provided by the sword clashing sound with a shiny spark, which I said before, it's damn satisfying. And you don't need to hold the parry button, you just need to perfectly time before the incoming attack. And also enemies have some unblockable or unparryable attack, which you can either use the Makiri counter for thrust attacks, which is also very satisfying. I could Makiri counter whole day and I wouldn't be satisfied with it. And for slash attacks, you can just jump on the top of enemy's head, and yeah, you can counter it that way. So I had to put the emphasis on this mechanics. Initially I was just smashing my attack and parry buttons randomly, which in turn was disturbing the whole combat flow. But once I started patiently learning the right time to attack or window to parry the attack, I started getting in the groove. One thing I did a lot initially, you can go to this guy just next to this place, who can never die apparently, and try practicing parry, dodge or Mikiri counter and the other stuff with him. This helped me a lot initially. So I didn't try to rush through the fights. I waited and went patiently step by step. Remember, learning mechanics and going through each fight patiently step by step will take a lot less time to finish this game than compared to the rushing the games. In fact, I would say you could never finish the game if you rush the game without learning the basics. So just take your time, press your buttons right and enjoy the game. Now, coming to boss fights. The boss fights are the real cream, the infinity stones of this game. Whoever designed the boss fights, thank you. The boss fights make the combat flow of the game super interesting and fun. There are a lot of bosses you have to fight through, and each one is unique for sure. The bosses fight will be a skill check for you. And certain bosses having characteristic and story behind them. Not you fucking moron. Yeah, makes them feel like you are having a duel, a man-to-man honor combat with your enemies. He is not afraid to die, your enemy is not afraid of dying, and so is you, because you have fucking dragon blood in you, so you can revive. But yeah, so boss fights are the real gem in this game. Now, depending on the choices you make, you can encounter different kind of bosses, but nonetheless, all of them are very good. Now, for new player like me, when I approach a boss fight, I didn't go it with the mindset that I'm gonna kill the boss on my first try itself. If you kill it, that's very good, I mean, congratulations. But mostly I was thinking about trying to figure out the boss's movesets. And the first few fights are like a recon mission, where you try to understand the boss's moves, the attack patterns. First, you need to figure out how you're gonna defeat this boss. You can defeat the boss by either giving them vitality damage, which is like HP damage, or by giving them posture damage, which will eventually lead to a death blow, which will take out a whole HP bar out of the boss. Now, why am I saying this? Because some of the bosses take very less posture damage or recover their postures a lot quicker, hence making your perfect display kind of useless. And some of them take very less vitality damage, making the posture damage priority. Either way, you have to figure out your combat style with the particular boss Are you gonna go full aggressive on the boss, or are you gonna take it slow? Once you figure this out, you are halfway through the boss fight already. The next big step is to see the attack pattern and find the window of opportunity where you can inflict damage or timing for your perfect deflect whilst the boss is hammering down attacks on you. Let's take Genichiro for example, which I think is one of the hardest boss fight, especially in early and especially for a Souls noob like me. The boss fight was very good. He had a lot of character to him. I died few times initially for sure, but I was able to detect that the only way I can kill this guy is by doing posture damage, and that too I had to be aggressive on him. And after looking at his attack pattern, I could come up with a series of attacks and blocks to induce posture damage as following. See, knowing your timing will most likely make the boss fights a piece of cake, but getting to that level is pretty hard. You need to put in time and effort, and you need to be attentive to your boss fight. You can just switch off your brain and just try to mash buttons. Like, for example, the Ape boss fight. I knew afflicting vitality damage is the key, since the boss is very fast paced, moving from here to there, and I knew I cannot parry all of his attacks perfectly. So instead, I used things like Firecracker to stun the boss, or bait out his poop attack. He throws shit at you. So yeah, you can bait out his poop attack and just go behind and damage him periodically. Sure, it will take some time to kill this boss, but most likely you're gonna succeed through this boss fight. Instead, if I just rush through this boss fight, I would never gotten past to it and I would be stuck here forever, that's for sure. And after putting your mind into the fight, after some time the boss will click you, that's for sure. And now all that remains is to take the fight patiently and see to the end of the boss. Remember, you don't need to rush a boss fight. Use all that you have in your arsenal and take advantage of things like tools or items, and with this for sure you can come up with a strategy to kill the boss. And when you do kill the boss, I will guarantee you the joy and the adrenaline rush will be anything out of this world, and you will thank yourself for putting in the effort just like I did. Now to the itemization, the items which you can buy or pick up from the open world. There are certain boss fights in this game where you have to use certain items, or rather if you use those items it will make the boss fight a lot easier. So when you get a new tool or item, be sure to read its description and try to find its application. But for me, I was mostly using Firecracker, prosthetic tool to stun the bosses and land the damage, and I used this fan prosthetic tool at the end of the fight to fight the Ishin. And apart from that, I didn't use a whole lot of items. So yeah, take your time, read the descriptions, try to find application. You don't need to use all the items which you get through the open world, but if you find any application for it, it will make the whole process a lot easier. Honestly, I don't have a lot to say about this section. Over and all, Sekiro is very good and fantastic game. It really deserved the Game of the Year award. Although I am late for it, I'm glad I played it. Hidetaki Miyazaki really cooked this game very hard. The feedback and perfect pairing is like a fucking orgasm. And the good thing is you can get them frequently. That's a joke right there. But yeah, I highly recommend to all of you to play this game. Specifically the guys who are afraid of Souls games. If you are competitive or if you are ready to put in a little bit of effort, I think the game is very generous compared to what I played in Elden Ring. So yeah, please give it a try, and definitely you can beat this game. Just take your time. And if you need any help with any of the bosses, or you are stuck at any point, please let me know down in comment sections. Maybe I can help you with it. Or if you need any insight from a souls to soul noob, I definitely can help you with that. And apart from this, if you like this video, please drop a like and subscribe. It really does help me out. It really keeps me going. It really gets me motivated to work harder on next content which I'm going to put out. And if you have any other suggestions, please let me know in comment section. Thank you. See you until next time. God damn Timmy, get back to the fucking basement or I'm gonna beat your ass.